Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the To Ho 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 and Back podcast, proudly sponsored by Old Zoological Bar and the festive spirit. I almost got the intro wrong again then with the second sponsor, but then I turned it into a Christmassy thing, so it's going very well. I'm your host Nathaniel, and tonight I'm joined by Christian, Will, and Joe, who I'm sure are in great spirits just like I am. I hope everyone else is. We are fourth, and I was saying before the podcast, maybe we could be sneaky and say joint third at Christmas. So things are better than ever. I'm loving life. We've got a tall and handsome manager, tall and handsome striker who's the quickest to 10 goals for Hull City in about 20 years. It's beautiful. How are we all?
All right, this, isn't it?
It is.
You winning.
Well, I think you're going to have to. You're going to have to because jumping ahead, easy win against Sheffield Wednesday.
Already.
Say again.
You say that like we haven't won several times already this season.
I know, but it feels sort of like, oh my God, we're doing a podcast.
Shut up, Julian.
That's Nathaniel's cat, by the way. But no, like I don't know why, but we're coming and sitting down to record a positive podcast. Although it's happening a lot now, it still feels like it's going to be short-lived. I hope it's not, but I'm just trying to keep my feet on the ground because I am really enjoying this.
Yeah, I think that's the right mentality to look at that, Joe, because it is keep your feet firmly down on the ground because this is Hull City after all. And any sort of slight bad news can definitely affect everything mentality-wise, from the fans throughout the club to the players, to the managers, to the owner. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to speak about the next game yet, but I think we're all pretty confident about the next game. So let's focus on this one and the one that's just happened. I mean, personally, with respect to West Brom, they should have been at least 1-0 up within the first 15 minutes. At least.
Finishing from Isaac Price.
Oh my God.
Well, look, right, how many goals has Carlon Grant scored against us over the years? I think he owed us one of them.
100,000, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It was one of those games where I felt a bit what we're talking about Millwall earlier on, where you know how Millwall came out the gates against us and we were like, whoa, what's going off here? We actually came out the gates. I mean, with that lineup as well. I mean, I think everybody was extremely confident when we saw the attacking lineup, seeing Bloomy, Miller, and McBurney in the top three. That was an absolute crazy lineup for us, and it was very exciting. And it did start like that. And it started really positive for 5 minutes. And then I think after that kind of point, the game went a bit like, oh my God, how are we still at 0-0 after about 15 minutes?
We weathered one hell of a storm, didn't we?
Yeah, I can't even say weathered. I think we were just lucky. I think it bypassed us. It absolutely just went around.
Two things on that. Sometimes you need a bit of luck. And we've had more than our fair share of bad luck in the last 12 months. So, well,
just 12.
And look, Ryan Mason, I listened to Ryan Mason's post-match, and he seemed very, very, very despondent, very downbeat. And I feel for him in a sense because it's clear that, well, to me anyway, his game plan was sort of working. They were playing really well in the first half, but they just couldn't finish the dinner. And then they go in at half-time 1-0 down. We change it up, and they just can't seem to find that same rhythm. So in the first half, his game plan was definitely working. But we rode our luck and benefited as a result of a certain Mr. Ollie McBurney, who, as always, is Mr. Reliable and gave us a goal when we needed it.
He's a bit good, isn't he? Is he the best striker we've had since Stuart Elliott? I guess he was a winger, but
I was going to say he was a striker for a start.
yeah.
Well,
then,
you're looking
ever
at like
then?
Hernandez.
Better than
I would go with Hernandez for the time being, because
In the
obviously it's only his
Championship,
first
yeah.
season.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll go with Hernandez. Like Cox is saying, McBurney's interview when it came to the penalty, and he saw him take the water bottle check-in. Yeah, very, very clever from McBurney. That very clever, and a little cheeky smile after he took it as well.
So cool.
It was cool, calm, and collected, wasn't it? It was absolutely, and it was kind of one of those kind of strikes and a penalty where it was just laced with confidence. Really, there was no, oh, I've got to bang it left corner, right corner, or no, the nerves of not getting a goal. It was cool, calm, and collected with confidence it was going to go in the back of the net. So, wow, it's great to have him up top starting again. I don't think the 4-4-2 worked very well with us. I understand why we did it, having the kind of form of Joseph at the moment. It would have been really hard for him not to play. It would have been really hard. But saying that, it did leave that kind of missing hole in the midfield, didn't it? Really, it kind of felt like there was only the real two in the midfield, and it was the four up top. So it wasn't the best. I think if we did start with someone who was a cam, but did Sergej start with the 4-4-2 to appease and kind of try it with the side of having Joseph in? Was that the only reason why it went that way around? I'm saying 4-4-2. It was more like 4-2-4, really. But was it only done that way to appease kind of Joseph so he didn't felt hard done by? Because definitely,
I think he just wanted to try something different. I think he wanted to just experiment, see if he could work with two men up front in that formation in a way that wasn't involving. Because theoretically, if he was going to have two up front, he'd normally maybe he'd be a 3-5-2. But with Ajayi not being there, being at AFCON, maybe he didn't trust Vermeer to come straight into the side. Possibly he would rather have started Ajayi in that position. Or are you just trying a new form of sort of tactical now? But the midfield wasn't there really. There was too much space for West Brom to play through, and I think at half time the best move was to bring on someone like Amir to just sort of break up the midfield attacks from West Brom, and it worked. It was a shame that Joseph had to go off, but someone had to be sacrificed. And like I say, it's another case of Sergej changing it at half time and it improving us.
And Joseph got a kick as well. It wasn't all like selection tactical based. He'd picked up a little injury in that first half. And I think you've got to remember as well that if we did play something similar to that again, it'd be with Joffrey behind McBurney acting as a 10.
Oh, yeah.
So we will see it again, just in a slightly tweaked variation.
Yeah. And of course, Joseph and Gelhardt both very hard-working players, but you'd imagine Gelhardt would be better suited to that. I mean, the only negative thing... Oh, I'm not going to be negative. I'm going to get comments if I do that. But, it's a bit concerning how often Ikiewicz gets it wrong from the start, but then compare him to McCann. I'll only play 4-3-3. I mean, Rossini, who had his system. Will, you're muted, but...
Sorry.
Carry on.
When were those goals in the Millwall game again?
Huh? Well, Joseph scored two, didn't he?
But when did they happen?
Quite early. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's not every single game, but it's been a fair few. I mean, Norwich and
Scored in the
Preston
first 10 minutes against Wrexham.
Stoke spring to mind as well. It's not every single time. It's not every single time. Of course not. Didn't say that. Actually. It's very easy to...
negative.
No, but... well, precisely. No matter how many times we've been, we've had to kind of go through these difficult periods where it was last few minutes, even after we'd scored the goal, it felt like the end of the game with the way that West Brom were pressuring us. But if it's over the course of 22 games, we're clearly doing something right, and we do have enough goals. And it wasn't our best match, definitely, but it's good that we can grind out a result like that, because normally it's 3-2 and we have to score multiple goals. But it's actually good that it's a clean sheet against Wrexham, 1 goal conceded against Millwall. That's a tough place to go because they're in the playoffs as well. And then a clean sheet against West Brom. Maybe defensively, especially at home, we're starting to turn it around just a little bit, because West Brom had the price chance that you should absolutely be scoring. But other than that, even though I don't feel like we were quite as good as them, they didn't really force Panda into too many saves, and generally it has improved.
Price and there was that chance for Grant in the first half when he sent it across goal. He probably should have done better. But in the second half, there wasn't really much threat on Panda directly. They got forward a lot. They put a lot of ball in the box, but nothing actually ended up troubling us.
Yeah. Portsmouth and Oxford, and they've put us under more pressure than Wrexham and West Brom the last 2 games. We're conceding fewer, and even though there are times where it's a bit hairy, and the game state again, we were a little bit better in the second half, but we still didn't control it and create as many chances as you'd like. But it's a good sign at this point that we're getting those results where even if we don't play as well as we can do, we're grinding them out. It's really important, especially over the Christmas period. We're going to need to do that a few more times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The red card. So is it Ruben Ricardo, this referee? He was the same ref at Birmingham.
I was about to say.
Yeah. He likes us.
That was the first concern of the day. Once I saw the team sheet and I saw the referee, Mr. R. Ricardo, written down on the list, I was like, oh God, he was the one who ref the the Birmingham game. And while we may have got some of the rub of the green in that game, he was atrocious. And lo and behold, he had another shocker again, because I have no idea how on earth he thinks Gilchrist has committed a red card challenge there.
I think the fourth officials had a word, because it didn't look like he was going. Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to go and give him any sort of red card at all. There was no inkling. I mean, the one thing from one of the angles I finally saw, which was completely different to what probably most people seen in the highlights on like Sky Sports and stuff, was that it was kind of a stepping lunge, and the studs were showing, but the studs went high. And they did go down, just grazed the front of Miller's leg. Now, foul, 100%. Yellow card?
It's probably a yellow card.
Yeah, probably yellow card. Yeah. Red card, insta-red card. Even as a whole City fan, we do feel that was a bit harsh.
It says a lot when post-match, Sergej says in the press conference, he thought it was quite harsh.
Yeah,
I think when you're at the opposing manager, the people who benefit from it say it's a bit harsh. It's usually a sign that it might have been a poor choice.
I don't think though West Brom helped themselves, because they just seemed a bit. They didn't have kind of any composure.
The irony, I think it was George Campbell who was the man who Gilchrist replaced. He was on a booking for dissent, and he was getting a bit aggro. I think that's West Brom brought him off for Gilchrist, who within 10 minutes of coming on himself got sent off.
I said that in the game. I said when Gilchrist got sent off, I said he came on for George Campbell, who is a liability and was looking like he was going to get sent off at some point. And well, there we are.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think the refs just kind of looked at the position more than the player, to be honest. Because
Ruben Ricardo's not the great. He's not the greatest official at this level. Let's be honest. I think.
Well, yeah.
At least from experience.
We've had 2 games referee buying this year, and although we've won both of them, we've walked away from both of them going, yeah, the ref was shit for both sides, wasn't it?
And as I say, and we've benefited from him because obviously we got the penalty, which was a penalty to be fair. But in that Birmingham game, he should have sent off Crooks, and he decided to book Egan instead.
And he could have maybe sent Crooks off again.
Maybe.
But I saw a comment actually saying that someone, let me find the comment, Coxey was surprised that he kept Crooks on for the full game. But yeah, Ruben Ricardo's he's a referee who is now we've got a slightly bigger sample size. Let's be honest, he's atrocious, and he's not just like standard EFL ref atrocious. He is like a memorable category.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to just throw him under the bus on his own. The EFL refs in general are all pretty bad. They're all pretty pissed off.
They are. I can't name any that are good, not that I can remember. Is it Rebecca Welch?
And she's retired now. She works.
She's.
Oh, lovely! Great job, everyone.
But yeah,
good process.
Look, we probably should have had a red card last week. We got away with one massively with Liam Miller, and Liam Miller won the foul, which got a red card this week.
A little shite house, isn't he?
I love it.
There were so many as well, like really soft fouls that he gave on Ollie McBurney. But then I can remember a couple of absolute dead set fouls that he just waved away and didn't even look at. So it was a standard EFL ref performance where there's no consistency. They
just feel like they need to keep making a stamp, and even though it's at the wrong times, make the stamp when it is the right time to make the call, not just any little thing.
Well, because both games have sort of got out of hand as well, just because of the red cards as well. But they've been a bit aggressive and a lot of yellows. I don't know how many there were yesterday. Certainly a lot of Birmingham, but it doesn't really feel like he's got control of the game, and that kind of comes from bad decisions as well. Yeah. When the red happened, I thought, oh, okay, well, I didn't expect him to book him for the foul on Miller, so I thought, oh well, he must have said something. He must have said something terrible after that, because I didn't expect even any card. I was sure something else must have happened. So yeah, terrible decision.
Yeah, a single fan, Nathaniel. I don't think a single fan was expecting anything, and when it happened,
I think that gap really didn't help. Because it was the most casual red card I think I've ever seen awarded.
Yeah,
so no one.
It had to be the fourth official. It had to be the fourth official who said, "You know what? I think that's a red card."
And I do feel for West Brom there because it won a red card. It won, and it pretty much. While they did still push after that, it kind of kicked them hard.
Yeah. Actually, Oliver's just posted in here. Anybody else kind of surprised Hughes played all the way through?
Well, I thought
the man's Terry concussion check.
Yeah, I was sure he was coming off when he was down because I thought it would be concussion. But then they got the shirt out without the number, so I was like, oh, they must be wrapping his head. But he battled on, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a bit of a deep one.
Went full Terry Butcher or Paul Ince against Italy from a slightly more modern take.
But hey, he played it all the way through. I mean, he was
very good game.
He did, yeah. I mean, it was surprising because once it went, I thought he can't really do his kind of hitman, hardman job that he was doing, and it was kind of obvious with some of the balls coming over the top where he didn't actually go for the header to clear it or anything along those lines. He kind of just volleyed it away, side foot volleyed it away a lot of the time to avoid his head,
I think
understandable.
He should have kept heading it because that would have just instilled it. He's got a hole in his head and he keeps heading the ball. I'm not going near him. Get covered in blood.
He's an absolute nutcase. Look what he's doing. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I'm still surprised he stayed on. I mean, with that type of injury, it's a deep cut. We get it, but to stay on after something like that, you would have expected some sort of concussion. So, big up Husey there. Absolutely big up Husey. I can't remember who said it. I don't know if it was Shep or Coxey regarding the substitution of Balumi and him not being happy at all. I mean, he was right in front of us when it came off. His jaw was on the ground, full on what? Me. And he was not happy at all, I agree. But guess what? I absolutely love that because it goes to show how much Balumi wants to keep playing and the energy and just the mentality of wanting to play. that's the type of players that we've missed for quite a while actually at the club. And when things are going right for us, I guess what? It's coming in all shapes and forms and sizes, because to have a player coming off absolutely fuming because they just want to keep playing, hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. And it was a confusing one for me, I think, the substitution. But it must be in Sergej's head. Save him.
Yeah, it's all about fitness. He's only recently back from injury still.
Yeah.
So, he'll just be in the immersion in the moment. If it's a irregular occurrence, that's when you wonder if it's an issue. But when it's a one-off, as it stands, it's a one-off, and like I say, it's immersion in the moment. It'll probably be even more annoyed, to be honest, once Gilchrist got sent off, because they'd have been playing against 10 men.
The thing I want to talk more about with Bellumi, though, is from the first half, and that foul throw, which is the most pathetic, half-assed attempt at a
That's
throw.
probably why he got subbed off, to be honest.
I have ever
that throw, because of that throw.
I'm going to give you an hour for that.
Being at uni, right, and being at uni in Lincoln and watching a lot of League One football at Sinshill Bank, you see foul throws all the time at League One level, but it very rarely gets picked up because they're nowhere near.
They're not that bad.
Because they're nowhere near as blatant as what Mohamed Bellumi did yesterday.
It was pretty horrific, wasn't it? As was that
incredible,
corner.
to be quite honest, it was impressive. It's quite tricky to pull that off.
Impressive is not the word I'd use. Certainly not. There was that Giles short corner to Bellumi as well. That was very short, and West Brom went on the counter after that. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, I had flashbacks of the Sunderland and Sheffield United games when that happened last season for a brief second.
It was one of those, let's try the new thing. What? I didn't hear you. Oh, no, I've lost the ball. Let's try the thing we've been practicing. What? Yeah, it was a poor corner. Let's just. But then again, the rest of them, at least, are now making it past the first post now.
That was better. Hughes or Egan headed over, didn't they? They actually had a shot on goal from a corner.
But then he actually did get a header on target as well, but it was straight at the keeper.
Progress.
Yeah.
Progress.
Again,
progress nonetheless.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Baby steps. You know.
But hey, it's nice to see our clean sheet as well. That's the one thing that we need to keep seeing out. I appreciate it was only one goal, but it goes towards the goal difference. I'd rather that keep going up, because as we're currently in that situation now, because of all the goals that we've conceded, we are currently fourth when we could be third. And that is mainly down to the goal difference. So a clean sheet is more than welcome. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead because I'm sure we're going to speak about this in a few, maybe one episode or 2 episodes time with the window opening. But the January to back end of January and February is going to be extremely interesting, with players that were going to be coming back, or the potential players that we could be getting in, or the potential players that we could be losing. Let's not talk about those right now. But
losing? There's not a lot there, but mainly we're talking about getting Matazo and Gellert back from injury, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're also. No, I don't want to talk about losing yet, because there is Gellert's in that bracket of losing as well.
Well, I saw a rumor that he's going to Plymouth.
Really?
When I say rumor, I think this was a joke account, but
I was going to say
I did read that, so that made me chuckle. My controversial
did you take the date on the rumor?
No, it was from today. My controversial opinion is that I don't want us to sign anyone. I'm happy to keep the squad the same, because it's balanced at the moment. Maybe back up, but you don't want to do too much.
It's too balanced. Look, you just don't want anybody attacking to be signed.
I'd take another striker.
Defensively,
I wouldn't say no to another striker, but no,
I'd take a centre back. Right
yes,
now.
Absolutely, someone like that. But they're probably
I'd get a left back cover and centre back cover. If I was going to get anything.
Yeah.
And maybe someone to challenge Panda more than Phillips is.
Maybe. But we don't need to do too much because we did too much last time. Middlesbrough did too much in a similar position last year, and they went on a horrific run. You can do too much, and we won't be able to. It's going to be, I think, maximum. Like if something insane happens, it would be 4. Very unlikely. 3 at a push, but probably 2, which I would think would maybe Williams and Palmer out, possibly.
That's two that you can.
I think Palmer, yes, but then Williams. I think I've said it before. I said it a couple of weeks ago. I don't think we could give him away, and he's more used to paying him on the payroll than us paying him off the payroll. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, Oliver here is right. The main thing about Gelhardt is would Leeds recalling Calvert-Lewin is turned into prime McBurney. So. They don't need any more goal scorers. They're pretty good.
Yeah, but the thing is about Leeds, they won't be recalling them for themselves. That's the thing. The recall from Leeds, who's going to happen, is because they've had a ridiculous offer from another club, and it potentially could be any other Championship club. Because from history, January is the Championship striker bargain bucket. Let's see what we can get to turn things around.
Yeah, someone like Wolves are probably circling around a few strikers in the Championship right now, just in case.
Yeah,
maybe, but what's the point? Because they're not staying up. Even if they were to sign,
I'll have them next season in the Championship. Then, when they're decent at this level,
they could sign Haaland and Morgan Rogers and all that, and they'd still finish bottom. Yes.
Kamara for Ndala? Nah. Kamara can stay in Spain.
Well, Kamara will be on more wages.
He had his first start last week
in the cup.
As well, Kamara.
Isn't he injured now though?
Yeah, he's injured now. He's not in the match today against. I forgot who they're playing today. I'm not going to have to double check. Real Batiste, I think it is something like that.
That might be right.
But. Yeah, he's out injured now, but he's only had bit part. I think it's 9 games total, but I think out of the 9, one of them's a cup start, and the other 8 are 10-minute substitutions. Maybe I think he played half a game.
He's not
because there was an injury.
Having a good time, is he?
He's not having a great time over there, and that's over there. Which I know I know it's a good league. It's a big league, but he should be doing better. He should still be doing better. So, at the moment, Kamara, when he's back, I don't see how he could even fit in the squad. As a backup, yeah, but would he want to be playing a backup? Would you be happy with him coming on? And that's a good question. Akintola or Kamara?
Akintola's cheaper, so Akintola currently, because if Miller and Bellumi and Gelhardt are fit, they'll be in ahead of him. Definitely.
Gotta love Dave.
Akintola, because Akintola's playing in a side that's currently 4th, whereas Kamara at his peak was playing in a side that barely survived.
True.
That's it.
Comment here saying that we're seeing Akintola come off the bench more than Ndala lately. I think that's probably, even though it's borderline, because Akintola doesn't play like an experienced player. I think when you're seeing a game out, Ndala is 19, Akintola's 29. I guess it's not true, but the theory is that Akintola would be better defensively. He isn't, but he's got a long throw, and we saw that the other day.
I did like how he was covering. He was covering quite a bit on yesterday's game. I was watching him, and he was always looking over his shoulder. So that's the one thing that you've got to kind of give him credit for. He's trying to be aware of what's around him on the pitch. And again, Akintola knows he's a backup at the moment. I mean, how can you not know that? And I don't know. He's got a smile on his face all the time, though. And he's a bubbly lad. He's a nice lad.
He's there for the vibes.
But the thing is, are the vibes from him helping the club, the state mentality of the rest of the team as well? You don't know, because it's working so far.
I'll be honest. Kamara didn't come across as the most happy of attacking players.
Yeah, and that's it. Do you want that to come back into the club? But that's another discussion, I guess, near the end of the season, unless they cancel the loan early and send him back. That's one of those things.
They can't cancel the loan early and send him back because we don't have the wage budget to take him back.
No.
Oh, that's true.
We'd have to get rid of a few players, I think, to get Kamara back, or two, maybe.
We'd have to get rid of 2 or 3 low earners, or a very high, or have to sell Hughes in January, which obviously isn't worth doing. But speaking of long throw-ins, you mentioned a long throw there, Nathaniel. Going back to Balumi and his throw-in, when he was gearing up for it, I thought, is this Mo Balumi on a long throw?
He was absolutely gearing up for a long
throw. He was.
I thought this has all the shades of Puerta last year, where he gets himself all sort of geared up for it, and then he don't get past the first man. And then he went and did what he did.
Yeah, long throws are weird because everyone's doing them. I was watching the Oxford-Preston game the other week, and Will Vaulks actually has a good long throw. And they had about 7 of them, and they're all terrible. They all went straight to the keeper or cleared away. And that's from a player that can throw the ball quite far. And none of them worked. So
West Brom did a couple, but there were I think City dealt with them okay.
Yeah, they're not everyone's got a good one, and I think the fact that there's only ever been one Rory Delap it means that, is it overrated? I mean, Brentford are doing fairly well from them, but that's like you can spend money on someone who's got like that ability, and they probably scouted him, whereas everyone's like, oh, just throw it far, but it doesn't really work the same. We've not scored or conceded from one, I think, yet for years. So
Oxford. 2 of them. Yeah, 2 goals came from long throw-ins.
Oh, were they? Wow. Well, we certainly haven't scored.
The initial attack was a long throw, and both of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I suppose the ball dropped to their place, isn't it? That's right. Yeah, but no, they weren't very good against Preston when I watched that. Yeah. What else?
Cox is just put in chat. When was the last time we had a permanent set piece taker who was good? I point to you, Elder and
George Honeyman.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that League One season, they were it was like prime Beckham and Ronaldinho and Pirlo. It was unplayable, but I think that might have just been more the defence of League One, because then when they started doing it in the Championship,
we were just bullies essentially.
But then they were crap. Same players were crap in the Championship, so that might have just been the defending. It's been a while. I don't know why. Giles has taken a lot more in his career. Cardiff, he had a lot of assists and corners. I don't know why we're making Slater take them. He's never taken them before this season, and we've had him for a long time. Surely there's someone else, so just make Giles do it.
Thinking behind that is, who's the smallest on the pitch?
Yeah.
Shall we get him to cross it into Hughes, Ajay, Egan, McBurney, Crooks, JB, all of whom are over 6'2"?
And yet, Ajay scored from one, hasn't he? From the second ball at Stoke. Joseph has scored from a corner. That was Gelhardt, was it, who took that?
Gelhardt scored literally from the corner.
Sunderland last year.
Yeah. True. I guess that's a good delivery, but if it's an own goal and the other teams put it into the net for you, it's not a great delivery if it's not gone to one of your players.
Just went through his hands. It wasn't really but it was definitely
not really. No, you're right. Yeah. But we've not been good at set pieces for a little bit of time now. Quite right. Yeah.
Andy Dawson back in his day with his left peg. Absolutely loved it. Every time he stood up for a set piece, especially that one at Middlesbrough at that time. Oh, I loved that, because when I was there, I went to the Middlesbrough game and I went, this is going in this, and absolutely screamed it. Oh God, Andy Dawson, what a guy with his left peg. That's the thing, though, isn't it? But look, West Brom, we've gone through it, really. The penalty, great penalty. definitely was a penalty. Referee was awful. Yeah, we agree. We're always going to agree on that. The red card, harsh. I get it. Clean sheet, absolute brownie points, definitely needed within the league. Some of that's been doing really well for us in the last few games is actually more conceding less or doing anything kind of silly and stupid with respect to the conceding side of things. Is that down
our
to
goal
the
difference looks
midfield?
slightly respectable now.
Yes. Is that something to do with the midfield or defensively? Because having Crooks kind of sitting in front of the back four, I feel he's kind of made it a bit more solidified, less gappy, and obviously keeping Slater back as well with his pace and his legs. I think that kind of central midfield partnership, the holding style, it's working with them two there. And anytime anybody else goes in there, I'm kind of nervous, if I'm honest with you all. Now, is that just me? Or do we feel everybody Crooksy should be higher up the pitch and Giabi should be sat deeper?
Well, Crooks made me nervous for another reason, and that was, as was mentioned in chat earlier, the fact that I thought he could have been sent off about 8 different times. But I think
that's always the case, isn't it?
I think the midfield broadly struggled in the first half just because we sacrificed someone in the middle to put Joseph further up alongside / slightly behind McBurney. And because of that, we sort of got overrun in there. But then, as we've said, Amir came on. It was an extra body in midfield, some extra legs.
Broke up play very nicely. They all looked a lot better in the second half.
Definitely.
It's a lot more solid, isn't it, now these days? It's a lot more solid.
I think once Lundstrom's back in there, it's an easy pick.
We'll be straight back in.
I mean, he could be back Boxing Day, and we'll find out about that when the press conference is. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or the day after, but we'll find out if Lundstrom will be back and available for then in the next couple of days.
Should we look ahead?
Well, let's look at something else just first. That's the championship table, which is very good viewing. I mean, of course, for listeners,
I'm looking for
you won't appreciate this.
Considering we've got the 23rd best manager and we're guaranteed to go down. And I'm not seeing us. Where are we?
Tigers. I think are we like high?
I've got to look
at the bottom
half.
I've got to look up that.
We must be like 11th or something then, right? We wouldn't be in the playoffs.
What's that? What's that?
Wait, we're not in the. We're not. Oh my word!
Is that
fourth? Incredible. And next to Preston.
Is this AI?
After 22 games.
On Photoshop.
Yeah. It's AI. It's AI. It's not real. It's AI. I can't believe that. So we were 21st and Preston were 20th last season, and now we're 4th and 5th after 22 games.
And Stoke were 20th, and Stoke finished around there as well, and they're only 7th.
Actually, let's bring that back up. So from 4th to 10th, there's no parachute payment teams there.
Outside of Ipswich.
No. 4th to 10th. Yeah. So Ipswich are higher, but I mean the top 10. There's only one. That's crazy. That's crazy, really.
And Leicester are going to drop down when they get their points deductions.
Yeah, they are 4th with no spending. I mean, if Adjan hadn't spent any money since he became our owner, we'd probably have won the Champions League by now with how things are going. It's incredible. Sorry, probably would have won 2 Champions Leagues. Yeah.
We didn't know. We just done the gambit. We'd have gone Conference League, won that, then won the Europa League the following season.
Yeah.
Then won the Champions League the following season after that.
Someone needs to do that at some point.
Which means that this summer we would have maybe won the Club World Cup last summer.
Yeah.
It feels
that would have been the real achievement.
It feels like doing Conference Europa and then Champions League in in consecutive seasons. That's very FIFA career mode. That
I've just done that with Springhead.
Oh, I rest my case, Your Honour.
Yeah, Ajanil Ajala FIFA Peace Prize winner.
Could you imagine Louis Coyle lifting the FIFA World Cup with Donald Trump stood next to him?
No, I can't really. It's ridiculous.
Bernie's just stood there like, is he going to leave?
Well, it's been a very enjoyable few months, hasn't it? Really, even a game where we didn't play as well. You know, we would have easily lost that 1-0 last year. We did lose to West Brom last year, but it just seems to be going our way, and we have played well in a few games this season. I keep saying it. Can we carry on? But we're 3 points clear of 7th now. We do have. We'll talk about the Sheffield Wednesday game. We do have an extremely easy, Sheffield Wednesday is just going to roll over for us, and we're going to be 3rd after half the season.
Don't say that.
Well, don't say that, but I'm the host. I can say what I want. You're probably going to.
As long as you're the one that gets the blame for that, you'll happily accept the blame.
I got clipped up by Sheffield Wednesday podcast 2 years ago or something, didn't I?
It was New Year 2 years ago, wasn't it? It was New Year 2024.
Did we lose 3-1?
Yep.
I think that's right. My cat's doing something very cute. Would you like to see?
I'm sure the audio listeners will be delighted to see.
He's all rolled over. But he's just so relaxed. He's so relaxed knowing that we're 4th at Christmas. So he's having a whale of a time. He loves a good morning as well.
I am on my beer that was given to me by Sergej.
Oh, good, yes.
What beer did he bring?
Madri and Prava, which, I mean, they're fine.
Two solid choices.
It's a free beer from the manager. I'm not gonna say no.
I've been on Modelo all afternoon.
So, Sheffield Wednesday then, we were saying before, they're bottom, but they're not just bottom of the league.
Not good.
They're on -9 points. They've lost 2 players that have actually been playing for them who have some level of EFL experience in Valerie and is it Fusier?
Sean Fusier, yeah.
Yeah, they've both gone to AFCON. So, we were feeling bad with our thin squad that Ajayi has gone to AFCON, but we've got Egan and Hughes to come in, whereas they've lost 2 players to AFCON, and that's already on, having all these academy players playing and Bannon just basically one-man midfield running the show, trying his best at about 58. So
they've got a lot of injuries as well.
They do. I saw a list the other day.
They are not in a good place, put it that way.
So they're in
a bad place. They're in a bad place. Sheffield, boom, zing.
Their injuries read Nathan Redmond, Nathaniel Chalabar, Dominic Iorfa, Max Lowe, Dishon Bernard, Olaf Kobaki,
Big Dish, the Big D,
Big D,
Callum McNeil, Gilherme Sekira, and Ernie Weaver. That's a big list of injuries.
I loved Big D.
I think Tom's just said exactly how we're all feeling. I'm going to ignore what Nathaniel said.
Now, we've broken the typical City curse twice. Yesterday, with West Brom having lost 7 in a row away from home, and then Norwich, I think we beat them for the 7th time, and we hadn't won there in, 13 years. So we've broken the typical City curse. The only thing you worry about is that will Ollie McBurney and the team take Jukiewicz's words to heart and think, oh, yes, Christmas is a time for eating and drinking, and just go a bit too wild. But my other thing is that surely Sheffield Wednesday's players are going to be so miserable that Christmas is the only joy they're going to be getting all season. So maybe they'll gorge themselves. Bannon will show up all fat and tubby, and, the speed of Mellor and Palomi will rip them apart. That's the dream.
But there's another City curse here. Last couple of years,
yes,
the players have all been given, by various different managers, they've all been given Christmas Day off. And we haven't won on Boxing Day.
We haven't won since 2018, since we won at Preston.
There we go. So
Whoa.
We have
Calm down, Ebenezer.
There
So
were 3
Christmas Day
seasons.
off.
no, it's
For
not.
Christ's sake.
It's not.
Not
Not.
that.
It's not a. I want them to be working all day Christmas Day. They need to. They absolutely need to. After not winning since 2018 on Boxing Day, they deserve to.
You look at Bob Cratchit and tell him to fuck off back to his desk. Tiny Tim can go to hell.
Speaking of,
It's more. I am intrigued to see that, given Sergej has broken so many City hoodoos and curses, typical City like events and moments, will lightning strike again?
On the positive flip side, obviously, with respect to Sheffield Wednesday, we don't mean any insult, but it is an easier match than our competitors who are currently in third play. So on Boxing Day, there is a higher potential of us being third in the league on Boxing Day.
after half a
It's a
season.
slim one, but
Who are Middlesbrough playing?
finishing 2025. Middlesbrough, I believe.
Have I just read that right? Sorry, Chris.
Middlesbrough are playing Blackburn
Oh,
Rovers.
they'll win.
Nathaniel's just said who are Middlesbrough playing in the
Who are Coventry playing?
that we beat them on the 29th.
Coventry are against Swansea.
Oh, they'll win that.
And then
Damn.
obviously Ipswich Town. Do you know what? I forgot who Ipswich were against, and they're the one. Millwall. What was it?
Nathaniel has a point with asking who Middlesbrough play, because if we win our next 2, we do.
Stop getting ahead of yourself, for Christ's sake. Stop
I know.
right now.
Who are
I know.
Arsenal playing next?
Please remember who we are playing on New Year's Day.
Stoke at home.
Stoke at home. Stoke at home. Now,
Still looking for
Stoke have
revenge.
won 1 in their last 5. However,
And Stoke at home is another City hoodoo.
it is.
No, but we'll break it. I'm so confident. I just think this is our year. We're going to win the FA Cup.
God's sake, here he goes again.
We're going to do it.
Hang on. I know Sergej is good, but we still didn't get out of the first round of the cup competition earlier in the season.
Yeah.
True.
Well, what is it? Saying that, actually, it's Middlesbrough on the 29th, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a top of the table clash. If when we win at Middlesbrough, people are going to have to take us seriously.
Do you know what? We need to. But
Why not? Why
I will
not? It's
entertain
Christmas.
I will entertain the hypothetical. If we beat Wednesday, and I'm going to say if, because you never know with City.
No.
I'm not going to say we will, because that's just
It's an
fucking
event,
stupid.
isn't it? Because Sheffield Wednesday have lost.
we beat
Haven't
Sheffield
won.
Wednesday,
Yeah. Okay.
and Borough don't win their game, or whoever they're playing again, can't remember.
Blackburn.
And then we go
Blackburn.
to Borough and beat them, meaning we leapfrog them. I might agree that we might be onto something.
And win the next 10.
But I'm still not getting hyped up as ace as it has currently been.
What were
No,
the
you
first words I said in this episode? I'm trying to keep my feet on the ground.
yeah.
I've
That was
literally written
before we
right
even
here
started.
what I said in August. City 19th in England win the Ashes. Going well.
It's definitely. I will say the Middlesbrough game is going to be absolutely insane. Though I do feel with not just because obviously it's Middlesbrough versus Hull. I am talking with respect to how the players' mentality are going to be going to their place after them dicking us 4-0 at ours. I think it's going to be. It's going to be. I don't want to say like carnage, but I can see cards and tackles and trying to break up plays all over the place on that game. Now, for anybody who's obviously going to Middlesbrough, good luck to you. Have a great
Crooks will be
game.
up for that one.
But that's what I mean. Crooksy, you'll be up for that one.
Crooksy's first return.
Crooksy's second red.
Has he been sent off this season? He's not this season, is he? It was
Uh,
Swansea last year, wasn't it? He got a
was-
suspension for yellows, didn't he?
Yeah,
He should have been sent off this year.
twice.
Well, I don't recall.
To be fair, Brooks is very quickly becoming maybe my favourite player in that current squad. There's just something about his personality that's just
Oh yeah,
Great
so.
character.
absolutely.
Chris, that's
Rips and
great.
dips.
Yeah, Chris, 1708. Where would we be without the injuries? I can tell you where we would be, mate. We'd be at the top. We'd
First.
be numero uno. We wouldn't be having any worries.
Okay, Coventry are very good. Maybe second.
Nah. Uno.
We should have beaten Watford.
Uno.
We should have beaten Preston. Should have beaten Derby. Should have beaten QPR. And who else? Coventry.
Charlton
It
should
was
have
Blackburn,
Blackburn.
but you've got to
Blackburn,
let
Charlton.
Blackburn off.
Should have beaten Blackburn. Should have beaten Blackburn. Yeah.
Blackburn, yeah, but we were all ill on Blackburn.
Should have beaten Middlesbrough. Really, they're average.
Will,
Are you about to say do you think we should have beaten West Brom?
Nah.
We don't, Kieran. We don't.
I was going to
Kieran.
say because
We
your
really
predictions
don't.
suggest otherwise.
Oh, let's get one more thing. Speaking as it's Christmas, and you were talking about Bob Cratchit. Guess what I did this afternoon for the first time ever. Will, you might know this because it's in one of our post-pod chats we have. It's something I said I was going to watch.
Meet the ghosts of Christmas past, the present, and the future, and decide that you weren't going to be as negative about Hull City anymore.
Oh,
You
I
was going
did.
to be positive going forward.
In Muppet form, yes, I watched a Muppets Christmas Carol, and it moved me to tears at multiple occasions. It did. So, yeah.
I think
So,
our last
that's
played in
nice.
November.
Oh, good.
The most faithful adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and it was done by Muppets.
Lots of quotes from the actual book. It's a great book. Oliver Twist is a crap book, but A Christmas Carol is great.
Hot takes here for Nathaniel. Charles Dickens, good writer.
Yeah, well, inconsistent because Oliver Twist sucks.
Well, what about
Sucks,
Great
it does.
Expectations? Tale of Two Cities, Bleak House.
I've seen the play of Great Expectations. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, we can save this for the
Will,
so-
I would
just
say he's got more hits and misses, is my point.
to Waterstones and Back. Brought to you by the To Hull and Back team. Yes. Well, let's get on with the
Jobs are
predictions
available.
then. Let's all have a good laugh at me because we haven't done that yet. this
Yes,
episode.
so straight away, let's have a look at the scores that everyone predicted for West Brom, and you'll notice an interesting thing here. Everyone apart from the computer, who's forced to predict 1-1, did well. Everyone predicted a victory. Nathaniel, however, 4-0 to West Brom.
Well, West Brom won unexpected goals. What am I supposed to do?
Predict the score on actual goals.
He's had you there, mate. He's had you there.
So as a result, the table has not changed a lot, but it has meant that someone is firmly rooted to the bottom of the table once again, thanks to Joe finally getting a point, and that is Nathaniel. You are wooden spoon holder once again.
Yay!
There's a bit of a breakaway at the top with me and Christian.
Yeah.
We're going to be the Arsenal and Aston Villa of this season.
Yeah, Aston Villa should be much lower on expected goals as well. We should be a lot lower.
No
So we
one
have-
seriously cares about expected goals, Nathaniel. Stop trying to make it happen.
I think Blackburn would be 7th and they're 20th. It's quite interesting. Maybe they will do us a favour at Middlesbrough. Do us a favour. I mean, if we do beat Sheffield Wednesday, or I think even if we lose, we should still be in the top 6. Well, here's a fact. Here's a fact for you. So the last 13 seasons, and this is a little bit skewed, and I should have done it for the teams 3rd to 6th as opposed to 1st to 6th, but I've done 1st to 6th. So the last 13 seasons, because that's when I started watching football, of the 78 teams that were in the top 6 after 23 games, which is we will be in the top 6 after 23. How many of them do you think were finished in the top 6. I have 78. It's an odd number, but how many do you think got there?
Sorry, I just blanked out there.
So did I.
Oh, okay. Christian, pick a number between 1 and 78.
I was going to
Fucking
go
hell.
with something along the lines of 20. There you go.
20? 20. 42. Joe?
77.
So 70. Well, if it was 77, the only team that wouldn't have finished in the playoffs would have been us.
Yeah.
We did that
That's
2
why
years
I
ago.
picked it.
Yeah, 54. So that's a 69% chance based on the last 13 years that will end up in the top 6. Now, I might do this again because I kind of did the maths wrong, and that number's right, but I should have done it 3rd to 6th, because I think if you're in the top 2, that's a little bit like Coventry, for example. Obviously, are going to finish in the top 6, but the 54 out of 78 is true. Not the maths, the parameters. I got the parameters skew the
They're leaving in
figures.
droves.
That where I've done the math.
They're all leaving in droves, I can tell.
No. It is. I mean, maybe I did the maths wrong. I did it wrong the first time. I had to recount. I'll give myself that. My notes for that one are in another room, so you don't get all the details. But there's never been a year as well in those last 13 where all top 6 teams have been there. So I don't necessarily look at Preston and Millwall, and I know everyone will think the same about us. In terms of like the best, especially attacking players that the clubs have, McBurney, Gelhardt, Miller, Bellumi, and even players like Crooks or Egan or Giles have been promoted before or played in the Premier League, Ajay and international players. We do seem to have a higher caliber of player. I think, honestly, we had an embargo, but this could be a playoff level squad. It's just the injuries that the key thing. But I think we'll certainly have a better chance at staying there than Millwall or Preston, I feel. Because you look at Millwall, they have a lot of injuries now, so their form's dropped. We just have lots of goals, and we do have an opportunity with Sheffield Wednesday. Middlesbrough's very tough, but then we've got Stoke and Watford at home as well. This is our time. If we want to, build on the 3-point lead we have on 7th, we could do that over the next 4 games or so. So it's very exciting. I'm getting carried away, and why not? Because we have a 69% chance based on the last 13 years. So
Nice.
No, I don't want any funny comments. Well, I mean, at least it wasn't 67%. God help us if that was the case.
Fuck off.
No.
Right. Anyway, so Sheffield Wednesday
Predictions.
have won not a single time at Hillsborough so far this season. They've picked up just 2
It's
points.
a first time for
Oh,
everything.
God.
So what do we think?
EK Ugbo, 98th minute
Wednesday.
winner. Yeah. Ugbo's not scored for 52 league games. He's going to score the winner. We all know it.
35-yarder, pile driver.
Straight through the arms of Panda, yeah. I think we're going to win 3-0. Why not? Joseph, Miller and Bellumi on the counter, they're going to have too much pace for them. And I think, because it's not just like you're going away to the bottom club. Sheffield Wednesday, it's an odd situation because the squad is barely good enough for Championship. They haven't got any players left. They're on -9. They're hopeless. And you look at the results. They had a few draws. They beat Portsmouth early in the year, and they beat Leeds in the cup on penalties. But there has been a significant drop-off. I think it's 1 draw in 8 or 9, something like that. And
They've
they've
had
lost the
6
rest.
draws in total, haven't they? And won 1.
But
It's
they've
1
not
draw in 7. 2
1
draws
draw
in
in
8.
7. 6 losses in 7. No comments about that. There has been a significant drop-off in their form. We've won 3 in a row. And I'm so confident in this team and Jukiewicz that we're going to break the hoodoo, the Boxing Day hoodoo since 2018. And I think, 5 players fit, aged above 21. Wild. I think we've got too much for them. 3-0.
I'm going
Sure.
similar. I'm going 3-1.
Yeah.
Liam Cooper to score the one.
He scored against Ipswich.
There was a lot of former Tigers scoring yesterday, I noticed when I looked through the scores. Like, KLP got a brace up for
Good for him.
Brentford, I noticed. Obviously, as you mentioned there, Liam Cooper. Bill Philogene scored for Ipswich. Sonny Bradley scored for Lincoln.
Will Keane scored for Preston.
Yeah.
I'm going to find some more. So you talk away.
I was going to say, what's your prediction though, Will?
Well, annoyingly, some prat has already ruined it because I was going to do my old classic of 3-0 Hull City.
Go with it. Go with it.
I don't want to write off Wednesday, obviously.
Will doesn't want to predict the same as Nathaniel because, well, look where it's got Nathaniel.
Well, I'll happily, as per your request, I have host veto on everything anyway. So would you like me to change my own prediction?
No, you can have it.
Oh, no. Okay. 6-0 City. 6-0.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to go 3-0 City.
It's the spirit of, it's the season of giving, isn't it? So,
I mean, you're already bottom, aren't you? Why would you? Might as well get used to it. Get comfy.
I'm going to get a point for that, though. I'm going to get 1 point.
We'd hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe that's stupid. 6-0 Wednesday.
So even though I don't want to be, it's the sort of game that historically City would be guaranteed to lose, almost guaranteed to go there, probably dominate the game, and something's going to go in off a Wednesday player's ass, and we lose 1-0, and it's just,
it's got that.
But Wednesday are such a mess at the moment. What happened with Chansiri and all that, and obviously they're recovering from that now. But there's nothing there, really. That should threaten City. There's nothing there that should threaten them in their current state. City should go there and win. Anything less than a win really is a massive failure for City. Yes. So I'm hoping and predicting for a win, but I would not be surprised. just to be a prick if we lost 1-0.
And Liam
Negative Will.
Yeah, negative me.
Don't be like me.
But the thing is, it's
just
not
predicted
just 3-0. Yeah, he said 3-0.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm just saying, it will never surprise me with City.
No,
this scenario ending in our defeat.
And because it's a Boxing Day game as well, Sheffield Wednesday are going to be up for any game, and we're not really like their rivals, but they did so badly against Sheffield United. Maybe they'll rebrand. Oh yeah, this is a big game. Yeah, forget about the Sheffield United game. Maybe, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if Hillsborough's got its millions of fans there in attendance.
48 trillion fans. Yeah.
No, they won't be out of Wembley in time.
Yeah, true.
God. No, you're all bob on, as in with respect to City definitely should be winning comfortably. But that typical City will always loom on Boxing Day. It will always loom on Boxing Day regardless.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I'm going 4-0 City.
Akintola with 4.
Let's not.
And you know what? If Dave comes on and gets one, I'm going to be absolutely buzzing. I'm going to absolutely be. That's it. Only Sheffield clubs. But if we play the right team, we go out with the strong squad as we should. We are just going to be too much for them. We will be too powerful up front. I mean, McBurney will just literally destroy all those kids. There's no doubt in my mind.
He's not played at Sheffield Wednesday or against Sheffield Wednesday since leaving Sheffield United. I didn't think he played them when he was at Sheffield United. So he'll be right up for that because I think they were in League One.
Him and Slater will definitely be up for it.
Absolutely.
Obviously, if Luddy's back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Egan.
Yep, Egan as well. Yeah, he'll be playing.
It's going to be one of those games we've got to
Aking for Mayweather back at his old club as well.
Yeah, probably will get on at some point.
The only thing that slightly worries me about this game, apart from typical City, is Piers Charles in goal for them, because he's a phenomenal young goalkeeper, and he's a bit like Ivo Panda in the sense that he will single-handedly keep a team in a game for a period of time, because he is just such a good shot stopper. If we find a way past him, we'll be all right.
Oh, we will.
That's possibly the most Michael Owen thing I've ever said, by the way. If we put a shot past the goalkeeper, it's a goal.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I got sent a clip of Michael Owen the other day talking to Rio Ferdinand, and he says, I think it's harder to be a striker than a centre back. And Rio Ferdinand saying, well, explain why then. Michael Owen goes, well, it's easier to destroy than to create, isn't it? Like, if you asked me to build this house, I'd really struggle. But give me a couple of weeks, I could knock it down.
That is a fun quote, though, but it's not accurate in a sporting sense.
And also,
it's the only good thing he's ever said.
Using Michael Owen as your bastion of knowledge.
No, indeed, yes.
No one
that is a good quote. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I won't be using Rio Ferdinand as my bastion of knowledge either. On the other side,
no. James Chester, outfoxed him in the Premier League as well. I remember that. That was fun. Yeah. Another thing to point out.
Rio outfoxed those drug testers, but he couldn't outrun James Chester.
Lovely. Well said. Well, it's weird how things change, because when we were going to Sheffield Wednesday last year, we were in a relegation battle. We had 41 points going into that game after 40 games. Now, after 22 games, we're aiming to get to 40. So we're pretty much twice as good as we were last year. And if Hughes hadn't scored that goal, we wouldn't be here talking about playing Sheffield Wednesday. So I'm certainly glad he did. Anyone remember? Because of course Hughes, we're approaching the end of 2025. Maybe we'll do that in the last episode. But Hughes scored the goal. Anyone remember who got the assist?
Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln. And you know a lot about Lincoln, so that works very nicely. Yeah. Old Grandpa Michael Owen Joe says Oliver.
How many films have you seen, Joe?
Well, I've actually never watched any film ever. I've never stepped in View. In fact, I've never stepped in Princess Key because I just don't like cinemas so much.
Well, very good. Very good. Well, last thing from me. Who's going to win AFCON? Good luck to Shemi, though, right?
Yeah, good luck to Shemi, but I'd love just...
But not too much luck. Not too much. Maybe round of 16.
Well, so we can
maybe you'll get a goal in the last group game. When it's a dead rubber.
Perfect. Or 3-0 nils, and they go out because 3 clean sheets. That works.
I'm hoping Mozambique win it.
Well, yeah. I doubt that. Very much so.
Come on,
I don't think they have the firepower, Will. No, they don't have the firepower, Will, Mozambique? No firepower? Get it?
What, because they've got a gun on their flag?
Yeah, it's a flag pun.
Okay. Come on, Angola, because Manucho.
Oh, yeah. Christian, you backing anyone?
Algeria is probably the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maris.
That I'm looking at.
Yeah.
What, trying to see where Bellumi could fit in that squad?
Bellumi will be there for the...
Algeria, I've forgotten, because I can't remember much stuff from that FIFA World Club draw.
They are. Algeria are there, so Bellumi could get to the World Cup.
I actually kind of want Algeria to have a bad tournament, so they end up calling up Bellumi at the World Cup.
Because they need him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They do need
Very
him.
good. Very good. All right. Well, good luck to all the teams, but especially not to Nigeria secretly because we need a Jai back.
Yeah, Series got us the player to win an international tournament while playing for City sort of badge.
We
need
don't
another
care
one.
anymore.
We don't need another one unless somehow Ollie McBurney fires them to the World Cup. I'll take that one if I'm desperate.
It'll be in. Oh, Giles, genuinely.
Giles.
Left back, Giles.
Giles will be crossing that ball around to Harry Kane's head.
To miss, yeah.
He would, to be fair.
He would. He's had a great season. Great season so far. All right. Well, any other business? Christian, you've been on Humberside. You were saying you were shouting us out. Do the button clicking.
I apologise if anybody listened to us yesterday on BBC Humberside. I do apologise that I waffled on. Long story short, because obviously the game went on a bit longer and there was a scheduled time I was meant to go on. I was like, right, I'll hang around the stadium instead of walking, across the bridge and taking the call and speaking to everybody on the side because I won't be able to hear anything. So I thought I'd stay at the stadium. Lo and behold, just as the call comes in from BBC Radio Humberside, do the match stadium caretakers and everything open up the gates from the away end so the rest of the north stand could actually walk down just as the call happens. And obviously, as the north stand fans are extremely happy, as they should have been after the game, screaming the head off and started singing away just as I'm about to go live on air. And I could hear hardly anything James Hogarth was saying, apart from glimpses of something about 4-4-2. And
see, there's your issue, like Christian. You should have stayed inside the stadium where James Hogarth was.
Yes, I should have stayed inside the stadium. I agree. However, the wife and daughter did want to also go into the shop. So I'd let them go into the shop and me hang outside and spend all our lovely pennies on more presents, Hull City related, as per usual. But yeah, if anyone heard me, I do apologise. I was rambling on there, but I do appreciate it because I think we've spoken to them quite a bit recently. And obviously, anybody that's come from Humberside is watching the show. Thank you for hanging about. Obviously, like and subscribe as well, because we do this regularly, guys. We do this quite regularly and we chat a lot. And we'd love to hear everyone's thoughts as well. But yeah, if anyone listened to us the other night, I do apologise if I was just rambling on because I couldn't hear a single thing. So,
Christian, how much rambling goes on every week on this show?
Obviously.
12 tonight.
Yeah, an hour and 12 tonight, yeah. But it's informative tonight.
Well, maybe from you three.
I won't go that far.
Borderline, yeah. But we do this regularly, but not again until Christmas. So now, of course, and I do the same at work. You don't want to. I know people say, "Oh, you should say happy holidays," so I'll go as neutral as possible. Enjoy the upcoming winter bank holiday. You're not getting any more than that.
Just have a great Christmas. That's what I'm going to say. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not going to be intentionally provocative like you're trying to be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope you're happy, Baz McCullum, Brandon McCullum and Penn Stokes. You have ruined English cricket. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Although I hope it's a Merry Christmas because we get 3 delicious points on Boxing Day. I'm sure we will. So take care until then. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone, on this episode. And Joe, Christian, and Will for chatting to me. We'll see you very soon. Bye for now and up the Tigers.